Hi and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Supergrads. My name is Abhyansh and I'm back with another session on Word Power Made Easy. Word Power Made Easy is such a book जो हम हर student को before they start doing any before they study any content, any material, we say कि यार Word Power Made Easy is an indispensable tool when it comes to vocabulary, especially the root words, especially the way the book is designed कि उसमें repetition of things आपको बहुत सारा देखना है. So to make things easy for you guys, this is what we are doing here at Supergrads YouTube channel कि हम उसके sessions आपके लिए लेकर आ रहे हैं. So when you start, you actually, if you feel कि अब तो मुझे finally वो book start कर देनी चाहिए. So when you pick that book up, you'll realize कि majority of the things are already done in the YouTube session. So that will give you a head start. All right, guys. So that was all about why we are doing this series. Next up, I'll start कि आज हम क्या करने वाले हैं. So आज again we have sessions on Martinet, Sycopant, Virago, all these kinds of words we'll be discussing in today's session. So different personality types, different personality traits we'll be discussing. Along with that, I have some yes no type questions. I have a few MCQ type questions as well. So I expect that everyone is ready. Now, who is a Martinet students and Martinet के around सारा discussion करते हैं. Of course, we will also see कि भाई कौन से root words important है. Now, Colonel Bragg was a Martinet. Now, क्या क्या उसके personality के characteristics क्या क्या थे? Hi, good afternoon, Abir. I hope you're doing well. Demanding military precision even while dining. That means he was too strict in many things. Next up, soldiers feared his whistle more than enemy fire. One misplaced fork and you would be scrubbing floors for a week. So that means he was highly strict. बहुत ज़्यादा strict. So that kind of a person is a Martinet, someone who believes in a lot of discipline. डिसिप्लिन से ही उनके दिन की शुरुआत होती है और डिसिप्लिन वर्ड पे ही दिन एंड होता है. That is exactly what a Martinet is. And I know Martinet is one of those words जो शायद आपको नहीं पता था. नहीं पता था. That is all in the past now. I believe the moment you see these words in the upcoming mocks or whatever material you're practicing, I think the moment you see Martinet, आपका reaction यही होना चाहिए कि यार Martinet, that's not a problem now. वो हम कर लेंगे. ठीक है? So that was our first word for today's session. Later on in the session, I'll also tell you the root word जिस पर ये word based है and also the words on the same root word. So that was Martinet students. Next word that we have is sycophant. Sycophant. ठीक है? This is not sycophant. This is sycophant. Daryl, the office sycophant. Now, there's a person, Daryl, who's office sycophant. Laughed at the boss's dullest jokes. He even once uploaded a spreadsheet just to stay in favor. What is he exactly trying to do? Is he a flatterer? Yes, लिखा हुआ है कि बॉस के डल जोक्स पर भी खूब हंस रहा है. मजा आ रहा है इसको बॉस के डल जोक्स में भी. It by default means कि he is pleasing. He is someone who believes in a lot of flattery. He's someone who is subservient. So ऐसे words मैं associate कर सकता हूँ with Daryl. Sycophant is someone who pleases just to gain favors. जैसे यहाँ पे लिखा है कि he uploaded a spreadsheet just to stay in favor. सिर्फ शीट की तारीफ कर रहा है कि यार बॉस खुश हो जाए बस. बॉस को खुश करने में लगा हुआ है, अपने काम पे ध्यान नहीं दे रहा है. These kind of people are sycophants and Daryl. Unfortunately, Daryl was the sycophant in this case. So that was, students, our second word for today's session. And in words के around और क्या क्या peripheral words हैं जो हम discuss कर सकते हैं, we'll do that once I'm done with the introduction of the first 8 to 9 words. Then you have dilettante. Dilettante. Now, who is a dilettante? So Maria is the name. And let's see what characteristics she has to understand the meaning of this word. So Maria claimed to be an expert on wine, sculpture, and ancient Greek. Now, how can a person be an expert in so many things? यहाँ पर दाल में कुछ काला लग रहा है. This is too good to be true. What else? What are the other characteristics she has? But everyone knew she was just a dilettante skimming Wikipedia before each party. What do you think should this word mean, students? What do you think should this word mean? इसको Wikipedia से knowledge लेकर she is bragging about that knowledge in parties and in gatherings. So she is someone who is very superficial, someone who's also a little fake. So superficial knowledge है इसको बस. She has no profound knowledge of things. The moment I say profound, I mean something that is deep rooted. She has no deep knowledge. It's all the information that she has gathered around Wikipedia. Happens a lot in today's world as well. लोग social media पे जो देख लेते हैं, they believe that that is true. We say WhatsApp University से पढ़ा हुआ है. We say कि someone has studied from Instagram. You cannot tell कि वो चीजें कितनी authentic होंगी और कितनी spurious होंगी. So that was our word dilettante. I hope there is clarity among the first three words that we have discussed. The first one was Martinet. Daryl was a sycophant. Then we have dilettante. And इनके characteristics क्या हो सकते हैं, इन सारी बातों पे I think we have already had a lot of discussion. Moving on to the fourth one, students, that is Virago. Virago rather. So who is a Virago? What characteristic are we talking about when we say कि यार this person is a Virago? What characteristics? So Mrs. Barclay, the maths teacher, was a Virago in classroom. Her voice could silence an auditorium and her glare could split atoms. Even her glare could split atoms. मतलब atoms को भी split कर दे रहा है. Atom, we believe in science कि भाई atom सबसे छोटा होता है और ये atom को भी भाई तोड़ने में help कर रही है. That means she is very aggressive lady. An aggressive lady. There's a reason that it is Mrs. Barclay and not Mr. Barclay or just any other name. Okay, so it is generally associated with women who are very aggressive, women who are always ready to fight, women who are always ready to get into any sort of quarrel or a dispute. So that is exactly what Virago is. I hope everyone understands this word. Next up, we have chauvinist. Who is a chauvinist, students? Who is a chauvinist? Can you guys tell me based on the personality type, Greg का जो personality type है, what personality is it?
Virago.
Now, who pushes their beliefs on others, who imposes, yes, Vanshi, who imposes his beliefs on others and who is into extremism. मतलब patriotic नहीं है, patriotic के भी extreme level पे जा चुका है. Happens with so many celebrities in Pakistan. India Pakistan अभी क्या चल रहा था आपने देखा, Operation Sindoor, but still there were some people, some celebrities in Pakistan who were chauvinistic about their army, their military. Of course, किया तो कुछ भी नहीं. So let's move to this words. Let's focus our attention on chauvinist. Greg wore a national flag as a cape and scoffed at foreign films. He scoffed at foreign films. Matlab, he was overcritical of the foreign films. A proud chauvinist, he believed his country's cheese was the only real cheese on earth. That means extreme patriotism towards something. That is what chauvinism is. Extreme patriotism. Can you guys tell me what is jingoism? ये भी patriotism से related होता है. Can anyone tell me the meaning of jingoism in the chat section? So that was our fifth word, students. Next up, we have monomaniac. Now, someone who's a maniac, we say he is obsessed with things. वो obsession किसी भी चीज का होता है. And the word mono is for single. So obsession for one single particular thing. यहाँ पर क्या example है? Elena was a monomaniac for cleanliness. She once vacuumed her vacuum cleaner twice. So she had mania for cleaning. इसके लिए एक word होता है students, ablutomania. Ablutomania is obsession. Obsession for cleaning and bathing. मतलब चीजें साफ सफाई होना. There are a few people, there might be a few people rather in among your relatives rather who are ablutomaniac. There are many in my family as well. Obsession for cleaning कि भाई चीजें सारी साफ होनी चाहिए, अच्छे से होनी चाहिए. That is what ablutomania is. So monomaniac, mono is for single, mono is for single, and mania is obsession. Single. And the root word mania, mania or maniac is for obsession for something. So that is what monomaniac was. That was our sixth word for today's session. As I said, एक बार सारे words देखते हैं, फिर इनके around discussion करेंगे. So the next word that we have is iconoclast. 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 So icon, students, the word icon is for a statue. Okay, icon is for statue. So one who makes statue of religious, of gods, that is an iconoclast. एक iconoclast होता है और एक iconoclast होता है. One who practices blasphemy, profanity, profane, blasphemy, iconoclast, ये सब एक ही कैटेगरी के वर्ड्स हैं स्टूडेंट्स. ये सब एक ही कैटेगरी के वर्ड हैं. So Jared, the startup founder, was an iconoclast. He banned meetings, wore pajamas to investor calls, and replaced jobs titles with emojis. So what he's doing is he's going against conventional or traditional beliefs. One who goes against conventional or traditional beliefs. That is exactly what an iconoclast is. Moving on to the next one, students, we have atheist. Now, the root word theos is for God. So we have words like atheist, we have words like theist, we have theocracy. So theos जो root word है, that is for God, और उसके around भी बहुत सारे words हम develop कर सकते हैं. Atheist is someone who does not believe in God. When asked about religion, Neera, a devout atheist, downright atheist, replied, I believe in science and soup. She believes in science and in soup. That means she doesn't believe in God. ठीक है? Atheist is one who does not believe in God. One who does not believe in God is an atheist. All right, students. So that was atheist. As I said, the root word theos is for it is for God. So we have monotheist. Monotheist is someone who believes in one God. We have polytheist. Polytheist is someone who believes in many gods. Pantheon is a word. So the root word pan is for all or complete. Pantheon is a place where all the gods are worshipped. So इस तरह से आप थीस या थियोस रूट वर्ड पे बिल्ड कर सकते हो. It is related to God. That was atheist students. Next up we have hypochondriac. Hypochondriac, someone who's very hyper, someone who's very obsessed with his health. Am I fit? क्या मुझे प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं हो रही है? क्या बारिश हो रही है तो मेरी तबीयत खराब तो नहीं हो जाएगी? Those kind of people are hypochondriac. Sam's browser history had more symptoms than a medical textbook. A certified hypochondriac, he even thought blinking too often was a disease. So, hypochondriac is one who is always negative in many ways, one who is always negative regarding his health, regarding one's health. So someone who is too obsessed with कि क्या मैं ठीक हूँ, am I suffering from anything? So those kind of people are hypochondriac. That was our word number 9, students, and that was all about the basics of today's session. कि हमने 9 different words पढ़े. अब इन 9 different words पे क्या क्या build कर सकते हैं, क्या क्या वो हमारे roots हमें मिले हैं. Number 1. Number 2, we'll also focus on a lot of yes no type questions, and then we'll come to the MCQ format. So I hope everyone is ready for it. Let's move to the roots, students. Let's talk about the roots. Now, Martinet was the first word that we studied today. So it is taken from French, Jean Martinet. It was actually a name. Root meaning is strict discipline. Root meaning for Martinet is very strict discipline. And the associated words are martial. So we say martial law भाई कहीं पे impose हो गया. Martial law मतलब कि भाई देखते से ही गोली मार दो. कहीं पे कर्फ्यू लगा हुआ है. So मना किया है कि बाहर नहीं निकलना है, निकले शूट कर दिया. So martial law is something. Then you have words like martial as well. Then sycophant, it's a Greek root for sycophantus, that is informer or a flatterer. Informer or a flatterer. So sycophancy में we studied कि sycophant कौन होता है? One who always wants to please his boss. कि बॉस के डम जोक्स पर भी बहुत तेज तेज हंसना. That is exactly what sycophancy is. And here is the noun sycophancy and sycophantic, similar words. Then dilettant is to delight people. To delight people. सिर्फ लोगों को खुश करने के लिए आप बोल रहे हो, but that doesn't mean and that doesn't necessitate whether you have profound knowledge or you don't. So words are delight and delectable that are based on this root. Then Virago means man, but this is used ironically because Virago is something that we generally associate with a lady, a bad-tempered lady, a lady who's always ready to pick up fights. So virile, virtue, virility, these are the words that are related, or should I say that are based on this particular root. Next up, we have chauvinist, and it is from Nicholas Chauvin, that is blind patriotism. Blind patriotism. बिल्कुल अंधभक्त. Patriotism का बड़ा extreme level. I asked you guys a question, what is jingoism? Jingoism क्या है? आप ये मुझे comment section में जरूर बताना. So that was all about the roots that we had, students. And yes, of course, we have other words as well. So monomaniac, as I told, is mono is for single, maniac is for obsession. So monologue, when we say monologue, monologue आपने movies में देखा होगा where only one actor is speaking and the others are listening. The famous monologue by Kartik Aaryan in one of his movies, I think it was प्यार का पंचनामा, if I'm not wrong. Monologue जहाँ पर वो बोलता जाता है, अपना catharsis निकालता है पूरा. So that is exactly what monologue is. Then you have monotone, that is single tone. Kleptomaniac, one who has obsession for stealing things. Klepto is for stealing. So kleptomaniac is another word जो in root word से आपको मिलता है. Then you have iconoclast. So icon is for image and clast is for breaking. So icon, iconic, iconography, iconic. Atheist, without God. A prefix जहाँ पे लग जाता है, it means without something. ठीक है, we say apathy, that means without any feelings. So apathy is without God. Theist is for God, of course. Theology, theism, polytheist. Polytheist मैं आपको बता चुका हूँ. Who's a polytheist, students? If you remember, please write it in the chat section. And hypochondriac. Hypo means under, and cartilage is for chondriac. So hypodermic, that means जिसको भी लग रहा है कि skin related कुछ problem होने वाला है, the root word derma is of course for skin. And hypoethical chondritis, there are many such words based on this root. So words पढ़ लिया, word का context देख लिया, word के roots देख लिए. मेरा काम यहाँ पे होता है खत्म. It's your time now that you answer the questions that I ask. Yes, Vanshi, that is correct. Polytheist is for many gods. Now, is a martinet likely to tolerate disobedience? I am here to ask you guys a few yes-no type questions. Can you answer them? Can you answer these yes-no type questions? Is a martinet likely to tolerate disobedience? I surely doubt it, because martinet का सुबह की शुरुआत ही discipline से हो रहा है. So he is not likely to tolerate any disobedience. The correct answer to this question should be no. Can a sycophant be genuinely critical? Can a sycophant be genuine? Sycophant and genuine, these are two opposite words. They cannot be juxtaposed together. Sycophancy and being genuine, these are two things that cannot coexist. So can a sycophant be genuinely critical? No, he can't be. No. Is a dilettante a deep expert in a subject? Is a dilettante a deep expert in subject, or is he or she studying from Wikipedia University or WhatsApp University or from any other unreliable source? What do you guys think? Dilettante is not someone who has deep knowledge of a subject. The person only has superficial knowledge, ऊपर ऊपर का knowledge या इधर उधर से कहीं से पढ़ा हुआ knowledge. Then we have, can a virago be described as timid? If a lady is bad tempered, I doubt whether she is timid. Timid नहीं होगी. Of course, अगर उसको डर लग रहा था तो bad tempered और quarrelsome वाला attitude नहीं होता. So can a virago be described as timid? I doubt that. I don't think so. Is a chauvinist open to other cultures' superiority? Is a chauvinist open to other cultures' superiority, students? नहीं. Chauvinist अपने कल्चर के अलावा किसी और कल्चर, कोई और कल्चर एग्जिस्ट भी करता है, ये बात भी उसको हजम नहीं होगी. सो अ chauvinist is open to other cultural superiority? Of course not. Of course not. Would a monomaniac have a wide range of interest? Will a monomaniac have a wide range of interest? Hi Zaid, I hope you're doing well. So as I said, monomaniac. Mono means single. Mania is obsession for something. So उसको सिर्फ एक ही चीज का obsession होगा, and it cannot be for multiple things, or it cannot be for a wide range. So again, no should be the correct answer to this question. What about this one? Is an iconoclast someone who upholds tradition? An iconoclast is someone who breaks conventional things. वो unconventional होता है, untraditional होता है, तो he is not someone who upholds or who fosters traditionalism. So correct answer here again should be no, students. Can an atheist believe in multiple gods? Now this is ironic, and this is rather laughable, I would say, कि atheist है, एक god में भी believe नहीं करता. How can you expect him to believe in multiple gods? So again, no is the answer to this question, students. Does a hypochondriac often worry about their health? Yes. Hypochondriac is a person who's obsessed कि मेरा हेल्थ ठीक है नहीं है. So पहला ऐसा क्वेश्चन इस स्लाइड में जिसका आंसर यस है. Is iconoclasm connected with destroying established idea? Yes, it is. That is what the noun iconoclasm is. जो established है, जो traditional है, जो conventional है, जो सालों से चलता आ रहा है, उसको break करना. That is exactly what iconoclasm is. So yes should be the correct answer to this question. So dear students, we are done with the yes no type questions. Let's see what do we have in store now. Just give me a second, guys. Just a second. Yes, Zad, if you have any doubts, of course you can ask your doubts. I think there was some technical issue. I'm back, and as I said, we were done with the yes no type questions. Let's have some MCQ type questions as well. So identify the word that best contrasts with Martinet. That best contrasts with it. Matlab, a word that is the exact opposite of what a Martinet is. So Martinet is someone who always talks about discipline, discipline, discipline. Now, if I look at the options, discipline, autocrat, taskmaster, alag hai. Libertine. Libertine is someone who is lenient, who's relaxed, who's not a lot into a lot of discipline wali cheez. So B should be the correct answer for the first question, students. Those of you who have been attending this session, I think उनके लिए this question was a no-brainer क्योंकि ये चीजें हम already पढ़ चुके हैं. Next up, we have a person who blindly flatters superiors for personal gain is a dash. Blindly flatters, blindly बिल्कुल कि dumb jokes पर भी हंस रहा है. किसी भी चीज पर he can do anything to impress his seniors and his bosses. That kind of a person is a sycophant. What is stoic, students? Stoic is someone who is indifferent. Indifferent means showing no feelings. Stoic is someone who is indifferent to Stoic is someone who is indifferent to pain or pleasure. One who is indifferent to pain or pleasure, जिसको फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. The next word that we have, which I believe is important, Martinet हम पढ़ चुके हैं, maverick. Maverick is again someone who is very flamboyant, someone who's a trailblazer. So that is what maverick is. Next up, we have the term dilettante is best applied to someone who is what? Devotes their life to perfecting one skill, is a dabbler in arts or knowledge without serious commitment, masters several disciplines professionally, or prioritizes money over passion. Dilettante is someone who was not serious about things. बस शो ऑफ करने के लिए, लोगों के साथ खड़े होने के लिए, कन्वर्सेशन स्ट्राइक करने के लिए ही इज डूइंग दोस थिंग्स. सो दैट आई थिंक इज मेंशन्ड इन ऑप्शन बी, इज अ डैबलर इन आर्ट्स और नॉलेज विदाउट सीरियस कमिटमेंट. सीरियस कमिटमेंट नहीं है, सिर्फ पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए ही इज डूइंग दैट. सो दैट इज व्हाट अ डिलेटेंट इज. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, स्टूडेंट्स. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Next question. Which of the following would be most unlikely to a Virago? Gentlewomen. I think this is something that is unlikely. This is unlikely. So B should be the correct answer, students, for question number 4. Moving on to the next one. A chauvinist can be best described as someone who is नारसी मुंजी एनपैट के लिए टिप्स आई थिंक लास्ट मिनट टिप्स यही है कि जो आपने ग्रामर में पढ़ा है उसका अच्छे से रिवीजन कर लो, बस और कुछ नहीं बोल सकते, बिकॉज आरसीज लास्ट मोमेंट में आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनीथिंग दैट यू कैन इम्प्रूव. वोकैबुलरी भी जितना डेवलप करना था यू आर डन विथ इट. सो बस एक बार ग्रामर रूल्स देखकर जाना एंड ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर योर एग्जाम. A chauvinist can best be described as someone who is excessively and blindly patriotic. Excessively and blindly patriotic. So B should be the correct answer, students, for question number 5. Moving on to the next one. Which pair of words are closest in connotation? Which of the following are closest in connotation? Is it iconoclast and traditionalist, Martinet, libertine, sycophant, toady, virago, ingenue? Now these words are pairs of antonyms. These are pairs of antonyms. But in option C, sycophant and toady, दोनों का meaning same होता है. These words are synonymous to each other. So the correct answer to this question should be option C. Option C should be the correct answer to this question, students. Moving on to question number 7. The iconoclast angered the congregation by doing what? There's a congregation at a place. Congregation is generally a religious gathering. Iconoclast ऐसा क्या करेगा that वो भीड़, वो religious gathering, वो congregation गुस्से में आ जाएगा? What will an iconoclast do in this case? Donating generously? Nahi. Preaching, questioning long-held religious beliefs, traditional beliefs, conventional beliefs जो सालों साल से चलते आ रहे, he will question them and that will make those people angry. So that was question number 7, students. Moving now to the 8th one. A monomaniac would most likely do what? Mono means single, maniac is for obsession. So multiple, wide ranging नहीं हो सकता, mental fixation, reject नहीं. Pursue a single goal obsessively. Single for mono and maniac के लिए obsessively यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है. So B should be the correct answer here for question number 8, students. Moving on to the next one. Her dash attitude alienated even the most loyal allies. Sycophantic attitude, dilettante attitude, Virago-like attitude, or Martinet attitude. Now, if the most loyal people are getting alienated, if they're getting isolated, उनका एक ही reason है, because the lady might be bad-tempered. So Virago-like attitude, that is bad-tempered. Bad-tempered. So that is the answer to this question. That was question number 9, students. That brings us to the last question of today's session. Which of these individuals would a sycophant most likely seek? Sorry, a sycophant. A sycophant will most likely seek a boss, of course. So humble worker, nahi, strict teacher, nahi, powerful boss. Yes. That is why he is doing that. That is why he is being a sycophant. That brings us to the closure of today's session. So that was all for today's Word Power Made Easy session. I'll see you guys in another one. Thank you.